Well, by golly, everybody. Hello, hello, hello again. This is the Comedy Thief, and you're watching Funny Old Guys. Whoop. Our program today is sponsored by X-Lax, and our second sponsor is Priscilla's Prune Juice. I just want to pass that along to you. So anyway, beside me is Dr. Fatpacker. Below me is Homeless Charlie. We tell jokes all the time, and you laugh hysterically. But first, Dr. Fatpacker, we have a point of conversation between the three of us.
Yeah, and I think by next week, we should get somebody with like the toilet paper people to sponsor our program. Maybe.
We could do that. We could do that.
Yeah.
Or
all right,
one of the
conversation point. You ready now? You are informed that your house and all your possessions will be destroyed by an upcoming storm. Okay. Now, which three items, not people or pets, would you choose to save, Homeless Charlie?
Well, that's easy. First of all, I'd grab my money, my cash. I'd also
both dollars.
Well, hey, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd grab my passport, and then I'd take what's left of my pecan pie. I love pecan pie.
I do too.
You do. Well, I'm going to break your rule there, Dr. Fatpacker. I apologize. I'm going to take pizza, steak, and Bambi.
That'll work.
I like it. I like it. Actually, I figured in this modern age, the things that I'd have to take were my cell phone, on my laptop computer, and of course my wallet. So, because that's all my credit cards and everything there. What the hell am I going to do? Yeah.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Anyway, tell us a joke there, Doctor.
Well, here we go. What do you do if you're trapped inside a whale?
A what?
A whale. We call it a whale in America. But
a whale.
In Germany, they call it a whale.
What do you say?
You run around and around until you're pooped out.
I like that one. Almost Charlie, your turn.
Well, me saying it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up. Now, the policeman said, that's not how sobriety tests work.
Well, there you go. I did some research the other day, and I found out that the average Italian man has sex 2 or 3 days a week. And I also found out that the average Japanese man only has sex 1 or 2 times a year. And you know something? I had no idea I was Japanese. Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh, well, this judge says to the defendant, I thought I told you I never wanted to see you in here again.
Yeah.
And he says, Your Honor, that's what I tried to tell the police, but they wouldn't listen to me.
They just wouldn't listen. Homeless Charlie.
Well, you know, it's interesting that today, 13-year-olds are having relationship stress. When I was that age, I closed the fridge door very slowly to see how the light goes off.
Yeah.
Talk about sophistication. I stopped by the gas station the other day to get some air for my tires.
Yeah.
They kept leaking. Well, I found out that on the machine, they had raised the price from $1.50 to $2 whole, and I was just devastated at the rising cost of inflation. Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh, man. So this man walks into the sheriff's office and he goes, I want to become a deputy. He says, oh, good. I want you to catch this man. And the sheriff handed him a poster, a wanted poster. And the poster said, last seen wearing a brown paper hat, a brown paper shirt, brown paper pants, and brown paper boots. And the guy says, well, what's he wanted for? And the sheriff goes, rustling.
rustling. Get it, folks?
Brown paper, rustling, never mind.
Yeah, there we go. Dr. or Homeless Charlie. That's who you are.
Well, I don't think inside the box.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't think outside the box.
oh.
Actually, at my age, I don't even know where the hell the box is.
That's right. I have the same problem.
I know.
Well, folks, most of what you're going to hear is G-rated, funny stuff, you know, good for the family. But every once in a while, we're allowed to say hell and damn and even shit. All right. So, given that, there was a nun in this bar, and she had been drinking heavily, this nun, and she was drunk. And the local police officer came in and says, sister, why are you in a state like this? And she said, I'm trying to help Mother Superior with her constipation. And he says, well, what your heavy drinking, how's that going to help with her constipation? Because when she sees me in this condition, she's going to shit a brick. That's what she's going to do. Dr. Fatbacker.
I remembered a couple more golf jokes from last time.
Yeah.
It's like golf was once a sport, rich man's sport, right? But now it has millions of poor players.
Oh,
They don't play very well.
Poor players.
Many a golfer prefers a golf cart to a caddy because the cart cannot count, criticize, or laugh.
So that's why you have a cart, by golly, instead of the caddy.
There you go.
Yeah. Almost Charlie.
Well, little Johnny went to a horse auction with his dad, and he watched as his dad moved around from horse to horse, running his hands up and down the horse's legs, rump, and chest. And Johnny asked his dad what he was doing and why. And the dad replied, well, I have to make sure they're healthy and in good shape before I buy. Well, Johnny, looking worried, said, Dad, I think the UPS guy wants to buy Mom.
Well, here's the poem for the day.
Ooh.
Mary had a little watch. She swallowed it one day, and then she took a laxative to pass the time away.
All right, you're stealing from some very funny people, you know.
It's your turn there, Dr. Fatbacker.
A psychology instructor had just finished a lecture on mental health and was giving an oral exam to the freshman class, right? Speaking specifically about manic depression, the instructor said, how would you diagnose a patient who walks back and forth screaming at the top of his lungs 1 minute and then sits in a chair weeping uncontrollably the next? And this one man in the back of the room raises a hand, he goes, a basketball coach.
I see.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a joke I can't tell, but Homeless Charlie, go.
Well, you know, I hate it when you offer someone a very sincere compliment on their beautiful mustache, and suddenly she's not your friend anymore.
Exactly. Well, this lumberjack applied for a job as a bouncer in a nightclub, and the owner said, you're big, you're really, big. Are you tough? He says, am I tough? He says, listen to this. The other day I was out in the woods, I got attacked by a huge grizzly bear. There was a fight to the finish. He says, and we never knew who was going to win, who was going to die. And at some point, he he tore off my arm at the shoulder before I finally polished him off. So I went over to my pickup truck, and I took my arm and I put it and I clamped it in the pickup door, and I slowly sewed my arm back onto my shoulder. Is that tough enough for you? And the owner of the nightclub says, wow, that is tough enough. You get the job. And the lumberjack said, all right. That's what he said. Dr. Fatbacker.
Yeah. So this airliner was having engine trouble, right? And the pilot instructed the cabin crew to prepare for an emergency landing, right? A few minutes later, the pilot asked the flight attendants if everybody is buckled in and ready. And the flight attendant goes, well, we're all set back here, Captain, except one lawyer. And he's still going around passing out business cards.
And there he goes. And Homeless Charlie, go for it.
Well, do you remember the days when you told your parents you were at a sleepover,
Yeah.
but you were really dying of alcohol poisoning in a field?
So much for your upbringing there, you
Yeah, it was awful.
Elkie. Well, the other day I was at the beach. It was lovely, but I saw a guy out in the ocean and he's waving his arms and he's screaming, help, shark, help. And I just laughed because I knew that shark wasn't going to help him at all. Anyway, Dr. Fatpacker, this is your last one.
Well, listen to this. When a person assists a criminal in breaking the law before a crime, we call him an accomplice. All right?
Yeah.
Now, when a person assists a criminal in breaking the law after a crime, we call him a defense lawyer.
Oh, yes. Thank goodness. Money, lawyers. I'm sorry, lawyers. Anyway, Homeless Charlie, last.
Well, this is for all your ladies out there. Now, repeat after me. I overreacted. I was wrong. And I'm sorry.
Lots of luck on that one.
Yeah. So anyway, I got up this morning, put on my shirt, and a button fell off, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and then I picked up my briefcase to go to the office, and the handle broke and fell right off too. And then I grabbed the doorknob as I was closing the door to get to my car, and the
doorknob fell off?
Yes, it
oh my
broke
God.
in my hand. And now, I'm just afraid to go to the bathroom.
I don't blame you.
Anyway, we're done. We're out of here. Thank you for watching. Well, wait a minute. I almost forgot. We asked a famous person to be on our very next video. Dr. Fatpacker.
I remember seeing him on Saturday Night Live. He was so funny.
Yeah.
Andy Kaufman.
Perfect. Andy Kaufman. We want you to check in at funnyoldguys@gmail.com. You're going to be on our very next video, Andy.
I don't think he's around anymore.
What?
I don't think.
But did he retire?
What?
I think he passed away.
Wait a minute. He's dead?
Absolutely.
Well, then we can't invite him. Who can we invite? Who do we know named Andy?
Amos and Andy.
Amos and Andy. Oh, no, they're gone too.
They're gone too. Dang.
Andy Williams. Is he still alive?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis?
Andy, yeah, he played Gollum.
What the hell is that?
And,
I'll tell you what, folks, we're not going to invite anybody. It's so confusing. So this is the Comedy Thief saying nobody will be on celebrity-wise next week. I'm saying goodbye to Comedy Thief and passing it along to Dr. Fatpacker for his farewell.
Well, auf Wiedersehen, everybody. Look, before you go, make sure you check down below and you subscribe. Please do that. It'd be very helpful to us. Also, if you want to tell some of your friends about Funny Old Guys, an easy way to remember is to send an email to funnyoldguys@gmail.com, and we'll send you a bunch of these business cards right here when they have where they can find us on Facebook.
Yes, and there we go. And now for his farewell, Homeless Charlie, say goodbye, you groups.
Goodbye, you groups.
Yeah, that was easy, wasn't it? There,
That's good. Yeah. Hey.
So anyway, we're out of here. Everybody wave goodbye. Everybody wave goodbye. Everybody wave goodbye. We'll see you guys down the road.